So I want to address a question that a lot of people seem to have in this manifestation community. I don't care if you call it LOA, the law of belief, the law of I am, law of attraction, you know what I mean. And the question is, it used to confuse me a lot too, but the question is, if I'm already the identity of the person who is experiencing my desire, then why am I affirming? Why am I doing techniques? Doesn't that imply that I don't have it? And the question to that is actually no. And let me put it to you this way. When you were a kid, when you were a toddler, your parents had to repeat your name consistently over and over and over again until you were able to associate that name with self, right? This is the same thing. What we're doing here is we're shifting our mindsets. We're choosing a better narrative for ourselves and a better story. And in order to do that, it has to come through repetition. And the reason for that is because we have a lot of collective beliefs, a lot of limitations, superstitions, assumptions, just a bunch of stuff that was handed to us when we were young. And as we grew older, we only started to feed more and more of that narrative until it became part of our identity. Now, because we're shifting that identity to something favorable, we have to tell ourselves a better narrative consistently and as often as we can until it becomes dominant. Once it becomes dominant, it becomes almost like a knowing, and you start to embody this identity to match that narrative that you've been telling yourself. And the only time that you really need the repetition of the affirmations or a technique is if you're having a very human 3D moment and you need to remind yourself of who you are. Not to fix, not to change your 3D, but to remind yourself of the identity that you selected. And just like you know what your name is, you don't affirm for it. You just know.